What's up, y'all? It's just Rondo. Welcome to my channel. It's Super Bowl Sunday. I know where I'm gonna be. I don't know where you're gonna be. We're here today though for Ready to Love. Ready to Love is back, season 10. I suppose we don't ever know what season. And so I'm gonna call it 10 because I don't want to go through the whole season saying 10. I don't know what season we're in. So, 10. Shit. Shoot. Dang. Season 10, episode 1. We did a little, quickie meeting some of these people. And so now we're here at our first mixer. All these lovely singles of Philly getting to know one another. They're walking around, they're enjoying the festivities. Seems like Owen got the memo about trying to get these people over here tipsy without any food. So I did hear them discussing how, the food situation might have been a little bit upgraded from what they had before. They said they was at a winery. Is Philly known for wine? I don't know. I feel like the venue was a little bit sketch, to be honest. Like the grass was a little patchy, and then people had to walk around, on picnic tables and things. Like, I don't know. Anyway, I'm not gonna go in too hard on that. I'm just saying I feel like the accommodations could have probably been better. But maybe they just like use that on the food budget. And I'd rather be in somewhere somewhat comfortable with good food rather than some fancy smash situation and I'm hungry and tipsy. Camille and Cornelius had a little mock wedding. We know this was not their real wedding, but it's cool to see. These are these are the kind of catch-ups we like. Camille and Cornelius met in season whatever season they were on, and Camille walked in that mixer and she picked her man. And because she picked her man, that made their situation a little complicated because they don't like it when you go in and pick your man, even if this is the one you like. So you have to kind of play this footsie tootsie game about how you like another person. It's, to me, I feel like that's probably the best. That's the best situation to be in, ladies. I don't know what these dudes be doing over here, but ladies, when you find your person, pick a number two. Even if you know it's just not going to be what you really want, pick a number two anyway. Because thing one, you need numbers and allies, and you need people to be over in the gentleman's lounge saying they don't want you to leave. Thing two, these men get down to the end and then they be still having more options and you've optioned yourself out. So don't option yourself out. Keep you a number two person until you get down to the vacation. Man, they've already done this. I feel like this is advice that would have been better served if I had met them before now. I'll share with the next people. Hold on to your second person until you get to the little vacation. When you get to the little getaway, nobody playing games with you. And it's going to be trying to kind of stressful in the getaway spot with two options because now you got to sneak around and meet people at dates around to the refrigerator and stuff. Anyway, hot tubs and things. Cornelius and Camille get married. They said beautiful vows to each other. I thought that was cool, especially when Camille said that, what did she say? He showed her son what it looks like to love his mother. I think that's what she said. Anyway, I was like, that's cool. It's been 3 years. I think 3 years is long enough to, go ahead and be ready to make that next step if that's the step you want to take. I don't know that they're looking to have children, maybe, but I don't remember that being a thing with them. But congratulations to them. They standing around the winery with a bunch of strangers saying these intimate things to each other. She's like, Zadia, please come. I do like that her and Zadia are real friends. From this experience, from this ready to love experience, Zadia and Camille forged a real relationship. And sometimes friendships are just as hard to make, if not harder than relationships. People can't trust people out here in these streets. Camille threw the back bouquet and, Angie went and jumped herself on top of all those ladies and snatched that thing down like it was like a sack of money. Angie, it was just a little aggressive. We out here in the grass with heels on and tight dresses and titties popped up in little teeny straps and things. girl. So we know that it's going to take some time for us to see who like actually couples up with each other. But at this mixer right here, we're maybe like creating some allies and people that we want to carry along the way. I don't know at this point if you're going to be my number one, two, or three. I'm just trying to, feel things out a little bit. Wayne is 36. He's got Tweedlebuds, like little bangs. I'm not a fan of his hair, but I'm torn with Wayne because I feel like he's 36 and maybe like he needs to reach that point where he becomes a little more mature in his thinking. Yeah. Just from what I can see. I want to be like the lady with the pearls over here judging people and things because I like William. I don't like his hair, and I think that's immature. And I think, you know, if you're gonna be out here dating a woman that's 40, that's 4 years your senior, and maybe you should go ahead and maybe that's what it'll take if Angie is his girl to polish him up a bit. Because he's a good looking guy. He had decent conversation. And I don't know that Angie is the one to mature him up because she does a lot of talking about penis sizes and things. And I think that's immature too. Like, girl, all that giggling about somebody. Angie has this story. She's one of 11 children, and that's a whole lot of kids. So I don't know, that's a lot of children and a lot of personalities all in one small space. I feel like I don't know how many siblings. I heard him say brother, sister, niece, or nephew. Like I don't know that he comes from a big family like that, but 11 is a lot. She also has this story of she got engaged to the man of her life and the love of her life, and he was the best, he pushed all her buttons. All her buttons were pushed with this man, and he proposed to her, and then he passed away. And that's a very traumatic story too. So I don't like this matchup. Right now they're, just getting to know each other, but for me it's a no. But I mean, they had a pleasant conversation. There was no weird energy happening over here. Wayne said he's a mama's boy. I don't think that's necessarily a positive thing to say. Um, I mean, I don't think there's a positive um perception attached to that title. It's one thing to love your mama. I hope you do love your mother, but mama's boy, what does that mean? Like, does that mean she gonna be at the house every Sunday, at my house, at our house, and I always gotta look at your mama? Or she's just gonna be all up in the business? Or every time you get mad, you're gonna run to your mama? Like, I don't understand what that means. If you say you have a great relationship with your mom, that's a positive. Because if you don't, that's definitely going to be an issue in a relationship. So it's good that he loves his mother, but don't maybe be a mama's boy. And Angie seems a little thirsty. So I wonder, like, is she like, because where does she fall in with all them 11 children? If you got 11 people in the house, it's hard to get a slice of bread. And, unless your parents are rich, she didn't say that. I'm just saying, it just seems like she said her parents were together. So, yeah, I guess we'll have to see more. But she seems a little thirsty. He asked her what was her type. And instead of her saying, I don't know, tall, I don't know. What people have types. I don't have a type. I don't know what type you are until, uh, we spend some time getting to know each other. You might be fine and, not anybody's type necessarily. So, yeah, I think that's one of those things like, for me. For her, she's clear. She's attracted to this man, and she's telling him that. And I'm like, you just sat here. That's a bit much. First impression, Angie, is snatched a bouquet out of the hands of four women as if it was a bag of money. And then you come over here and tell this man he's attractive. So fall back just a little bit. Stop talking about penises and things. Because I feel like at 40, you should be But girl, who else? True and Naeem, they have a sit down. True is, I don't know what her job title is. She's over on the other little information card that I got over there on Google. It says she was a school counselor. She's very conservative. Um, Pearls and floral dresses and ruffles and things. She's to be taken very seriously. True. Naeem is a granola. He does gym things and push-ups and nature bars and health juices and things. They sit down together. I mean, Naeem is a cute guy. He's got a ponytail, and I mean, it's the ponytail is so over. It's done. No more ponytails. Ask Brandon over there in Detroit. He don't wear a ponytail anymore. I hope not. You just cut your hair, Naeem. It's you're 42. What does that even look like when you're at home? It just be sticking up all over the place, or you or somewhere around there combing your hair all the time. True and Naeem have a sit down little conversation. He referred to her as a baddie. He said he can see it in her eyebrows. And I said, Naeem, if this is your game, I don't like it. It's real tired. She's a baddie because you can see it. And True knows she's a baddie. And don't say things like that, Naeem. It's real corny. You can see it in her eyebrows. He asked her why she's single. She said she's single because these men out here don't want to commit. I mean, commit is the big thing. If you're gonna want to commit, you need to want to have something to commit to. True. Or maybe you're not picking men that are wanting to commit. You're picking different kinds of guys. Like right now, you sitting here smiling at Naeem with a ponytail, top knot, whatever that little thing is on his head. Naeem says in the past, he's gone into relationships too fast, and he feels like it was because he was adopted and maybe looking for a certain type of love in his life. Maybe. I don't know that he's gone somewhere and, sat down with a therapist. They did discuss therapy. I want y'all to stop believing these men when they say they're having therapy. I don't really believe that they're all having therapy like they say they are. At some point, he probably, you know, Googled therapist himself or something, and self-diagnosed. I'm not saying it's, just him because I feel like we all be out here diagnosing ourselves. Seemingly, they enjoyed each other's company. I'm not sure what they have in common. Their conversation was very chopped up, and it was just a series of different comments and things. Um, just looking at the two, that there's no way that Miss True was taking Naeem anywhere with her. And he's giving like just very much player vibes. Kira and John Jay. Kira says she's a princess and she wants you to bring her flowers and all the things and be grateful that she went out with you. I appreciate a person saying up front what it is. She wants to be appreciated. If she's over here, she's a single mother. She's got two children. I think she said two boys. One is 17 and one is 14. She got a 14-year-old and a 7-year-old. So if she's taking her precious time away from her children to be bothered with you, you should be grateful that that's what she's doing. She brought a nice rack for you to enjoy while you sit there. She's a pretty girl. Come on. She says she doesn't like meeting guys out because they all looking for a situationship. I mean, I feel like that's because all of a sudden that's an option. Not really all of a sudden, but Traditions have changed. It's not the same. Like you find a lot of men that want to hang on to this whole old school Christian values with the man as the leader and the head and the da 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 da. Times are not like that right now. So I feel like that's going to be a hard thing to find because it's a lot of gorgeous, independent, wealthy women out here that don't have to do what you tell them to do because you just decided you're the king of the castle. None of these people said any of that. I'm just saying situationship didn't used to be an option. So I figure that's, it is what it is. I might want to call what I have a situationship. I don't feel like a situation. It feels like a relationship. So if you be labeling things as situationship, then that's what you're going to get. Don't be open to it. And if you in the club and you meet somebody, I guess you better take it outside the club before you see what they're looking for. You can meet people anywhere. I'm not gonna say the club ain't it. Hell, how old am I? If I'm hanging out, I'm single. What the hell? Why not the club? John says to her, here he go, here they go. Stop calling girls baddies. I mean, I guess they like it, so she giggles. So who am I? Let me stay out of y'all's business. He told her she's a baddie and that the men were probably in the club intimidated. And she want to act like, what would they be intimidated by? Your titties, their distraction, and you brought them to the club. So if you were in here trying to be serious, find something other than a situationship, just be careful how much you share. Everything ain't for everybody now, because these men are out here trying to, you know, let me stop. John Jay is the type of dude that don't have a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't seem insecure. He's very confident. What did he say? Cybersecurity? That means he probably makes a little bit of coin. Money rules everything. Cream, get the money. Dollar bills, y'all. Don't shoot the messenger. He doesn't have a problem with it. So they have a very good conversation. Seems like they was feeling each other. I was feeling what was happening with the two of them, honestly. They seemed like a match so far. They even talked about weddings and things, and she was talking about how she got to get married in Philly because her mother lives there. Honestly, too, when I look at these two, I feel like right place, right time sometimes is when relationships really happen. He's over here, he was in a relationship for 11 years. For me, that says he's comfortable in a relationship. He wasn't running around, but he was 19, and I feel like he was 19. He has two children, and 11 years he stuck in that and then realized that he has some growing to do and that maybe that wasn't his forever person. So he didn't matrimony her. Then he spent 4 years, which I think is a reasonable time to get to know himself, date around a little bit. And now he's over here ready to love. That's what he's saying. And she, they're at the right age. I don't know what their age is, 30, they're in their 30s. She is over here a single mom with two children, 7 and 14. That means, she's got a little bit more freedom. She got a 14-year-old, so and a 7-year-old. So she could literally go on dates, get to know someone, you know what I'm saying, and not worrying about little children running around that need a whole lot of more supervision and you know what I'm saying, can't speak for themselves and things. I think as a single mom too, when you're out dating, it's difficult to find because, like Camille said, she loves this man because he showed her son what it looks like to love her. Excuse me, and that's important. So yeah, I feel like these two people are kind of maybe on the same trajectory right now in their life, and it could be a right time, right place thing. She cute. She like when he serving up Omar Epps and things. And so, that was definitely a good conversation and felt like a connection. I'm team that. So you have Wayne, Sahara, Angie, and Will are sitting at a table. You know how they have these groups. This is one of these groups. So Will wants to know if anybody has ever been divorced. He's been divorced twice. He spent a whole year in both of those marriages. He said his mother or he married the first wife after his mother's passed away, and he married the second wife after his father passed away. And he said his reasoning was he didn't want to marry somebody that didn't know his mother or that his mother didn't know. And I was like, how, you married your wife after she passed away. So what your mother feels like knows you want to just make sure that the person that you married to knew your mother. That made no sense whatsoever. I don't know what will be on, but the way he talks in circles is annoying as hell. And I feel like Will is a man that comes with not a whole lot of effort. Now, wearing on this man's clothing, and I'm not a snob. I don't walk around with labels. That's not, I'm not even that girl. But it just seems like he put zero effort into coming over to meet people. He just went in his closet and grabbed a blue polo shirt and then some khakis. And if he doesn't like, not everybody is a dresser. That's fine. But maybe he should have called somebody over and been like, look, I'm going on TV. Can you please help me figure out what I should wear? He didn't do that. He's not a big effort guy. You marry someone, you divorced within a year. How much effort do you have to put into a year? Because I feel like these years keep coming and coming and coming. I feel like he's no effort. Then you did it again. Will is 46. I feel like he's the oldest in the group. Will is knocking on 50. How long ago was it that he did? He said it's been 5 years. So he was well into his 40s making these decisions. Child. Who else? Oh, he wants to know who's got divorced. And then Angie raises her hands, both hands, and did a little dance. I was like, girl, Angie's a lot. She's a lot. So when did the divorce happen? We'll have to hear that story. We don't know if that was before because she came with the story of, and I'm not, I think that's tragic for something like that to happen, to lose somebody you love, right, at all, let alone right in your happiest moment. So yeah, well, she's been married another different time too. I guess we'll find out about that. Will has a little one-on-one tete-a-tete with Sierra. And like I said, he said it's been 5 years since he, was in a relationship. I don't know if that was his wife or not. Sierra said, Sahara said, it's been a year for her. I feel like that's enough time for you to like clear your head and, get on to the next thing. Nobody trying to lay or sit around for the rest of your life trying to, chow. Um, she said her ex had issues. I'm always like, when people say that, he said that's vague. It is vague. And I'm wondering what the hell kind of issues did he have? Because Sahara, is she's a lot now. Not in this particular moment, but right now in this moment, it's Will that's being weird. She said that her ex had issues, and then this man Will goes to what was it? He was chronically masturbating, and I'm like, what is wrong with you? What is that? What? Was that supposed to be a joke? Because they keep saying like he thinks he's funny or he's always joking around, and I'm like, that was weird. Are you projecting? Are you over there? You said it's been 5 years. Are you chronically masturbating, Will? The hair asked him if he wants kids, and I mean, He did a whole electric slide around that question. She said, "Do you want kids?" And he said, "If the woman that I'm with doesn't want to have children, I'll be okay with that." And I'm like, it would be very frustrating to talk to this man. Like, that's a yes or no question. You can say, "Yeah, I do," or "No, I don't," or "Yes, I do." But if I have somebody that doesn't, if I meet the person, my person doesn't want to have kids, then I won't be mad at that either. Maybe it's just the way he said it. This man talks the kind of, I'm weary of people that do all that. Just say what you're talking about. She was confused. And then when she answered him, he tried to twist her around. It's hard to tell if he is trying to dodge the question or trying to be funny. And nobody got time to try to figure any of that out. What's his sign? Confusion. That's what Will's sign is. Naeem and Kiera. Um, I don't know. Like I said, everybody's attracted to something different. But Naeem with all this silly like fake compliments and things, and just the way he just gives off like, "I call your name, girl, it eases the pain." Um, yeah. He sat down and called this lady Sting, noticing her. He assessing the situation again. She got her toenails done. She got her eyelashes done. That's so weird. I mean, I guess it makes sense to some extent if you sit down and you're like, "Wow, she's pretty," but then you'd be like, "But those ain't her eyebrows and those not her eyelashes either, and what's going on with her hairline and her fingernails?" Some men like all that glam, some men do not. And if you over here at the gym, on yoga mats and things, I don't know what you like. Everything seems like all of it. Kiara, what's her name? Kiara. Kiara is like, "I have two children. He has five children. What where we all gonna be? What is that? How is he gonna have time for me?" I don't think she's interested in playing red flags with him and his baby mamas and things though. Um, Eddie and Deanna. This was my favorite couple, off this episode. I'm sure they're gonna disappoint me, but for this episode, just watching them, the energy ooze between the two of them was giving me life. Um, they eased in the conversation. Now, Eddie is 30, I think he's 31, and Deanna's 35, and he is what were they calling him? Rick Fox. He's tall, he's handsome, he's got wavy hair, he's got a business. He's a general contractor, got his own construction company. Deanna is a firefighter. He heard that and he was like, "I say, what you say?" She stacked on stacked, booty, thighs, hips, all the things. I don't know. The conversation, it was like they just eased into a comfort zone and I enjoyed watching it. Um, there was just enough joking banter between the two of them and seems like they have a connection so far. So I'm looking forward to seeing what that's like. John Jay and True sit down. And John Jay's been in a relationship for 11 years. For True, that's a problem. She right away decided that meant he was afraid of commitment. Not even giving him any slack whatsoever when he said, "I mean, we got together when I was 19." It didn't take her 2 seconds, you know, to go, "Well, I mean, I guess," and analyze the fact that is young. You did have some more life to live, you know. And then he said, "Then, I've been kind of dating for 4 years, playing, oh, you're a hoe." I don't know. She's giving stuffy old church lady. So why are you over here? She wouldn't even let the man answer his questions. Just rude. Why are you calling somebody players and hoes? Relax. She immediately was going in on him, and I think she's just not attracted to him, but that's no reason to be rude to a person. Because honestly, he had a heck of a lot better conversation than Granola did over there talking about how your eyebrows proved your loveliness. Tommy has a sit down with the men and the women. It's time to get down to it and see who get to stay and who got to go. Will and Naeem, sorry, but y'all gotta go, down to the bottom. Sahara and True with the pearls, those were the two ladies down to the bottom. Naeem is all shocked that he's down in the bottom with Will. And I'm like, how are you down at the bottom? Like, I mean, you got 5 kids and your game is you clocking people's eyelashes and fingernails and things. That's that's what we over here talking about. The ladies thinks Will jokes too much. And he probably is confusing, child. Um, I don't think Will gives a shit. It's almost like he's like, sure, I'll do it. What time do I need to be there? Y'all gonna have food? All right, we'll see. Um, the men think that Sahara is more like a homie. Um, and they felt like True was like holding interviews, like she wasn't get to know anybody. She's over here deciding that people are players and hoes and things. True at the end says she thinks these guys are trash. And I'm like, trash? Though? When you get in a group like this, I guess, does it really suck to go home first if you don't wasn't feeling nobody like that, like that? Or did you really feel like you had a connection with someone? The one someone that we saw you be nice to was also on the chopping block to go home. So, I mean, I think it means you just didn't connect with anybody here. Y'all be taking it so personal and tears. And I can't believe you can't believe what? That you came into a room with 4 people, five men, and you didn't really connect with any of them. I don't know, it is what it is, girl. Sahara said, you done with them. She is done with them. She had fooling with them, bring her the next batch. She's over it. So the 2 eliminated cast members get an opportunity to meet the second half of the cast, which is way better. I appreciate the breakdown of, half and half, so I can focus on less people. It gets a little confusing and it's a lot hard to squish all of that into one episode with 20 people. So I appreciate the breakdown, but don't eliminate anybody, of course, until they have an opportunity to meet all their options. Next week we get to meet the other half. The trailer has me drawn in, so thumbs up on the first episode, y'all. Until then, like the video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye, y'all.